And I just talked to him about the cum on Obama's face again.
Then he said he knows.
No, he didn't know.
Oh, no.
He wasn't aware. He said, I got to go back and look at that photo.
Yeah, I
was
got to
like,
check that out.
Yeah, you do. You hear about that, Kevin Brennan?
No.
Did the artist...
Good plug, good intro.
Yes.
Did you hear about that Kevin Brennan?
That's right. You hear that? Kevin Brennan from Compound Media, welcome.
Wow, whoa.
Well, we don't know yet.
Formerly of...
We don't know.
Formerly.
I
thought Kumi was going to be here. I thought it was going to be like an intervention.
What kind of candy is that? Oh, Kit Kats are the
Kit Kat.
fucking best.
Oh, yeah. Help
No,
yourself,
I got to buy a pack for my kids because they had to give candy to their classmates.
Do they? I thought, why would they let them do that in school? Everybody's so fucking paranoid about getting sued.
I know. You just can't have peanut butter in it. No, nothing with peanut butter.
Do they give them to... But you have to give them to everybody, right?
Yeah,
You can't just have one
except the
fountain.
one black kid.
Right, well, of course.
You're allowed to exclude racially, but just not, not for poverty reasons. I
Yeah.
understand.
Right, and not based on gender.
No.
Right.
So, Kevin, welcome to the show. I'm
Thank
always happy
you.
to see you. Now, you were saying something about somebody blasting you on social. People are really weird on social media. They blast you sometimes, and they use inappropriate,
Well, it's so
inaccurate terms.
inaccurate, and they tend to go 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
'Cause
even.
it's easy.
I don't even use Instagram, and then I was like looking. So I don't even get a lot of action. Plus, my Twitter's been blocked for 7 days
Why has your Twitter been blocked?
because I called somebody. I called a male, basically a dude. I called him a cunt. So I think
what? You can't call someone a cunt?
Yeah, I think he reported me. So I think he thought it was a hate crime. I don't know, but
Wow.
so 7 days. That's a fucking serious timeout, right?
I only got 12 hours for my Tide Pod tweet.
I got it. I got 24 hours once on Facebook for cunt, but I thought
Why do you keep saying cunt on social media?
because it's
It's
fun.
a great word.
I mean, I get that.
No,
Yeah,
but I
you're
mean,
right.
I thought you could say anything on Twitter as long as it wasn't like N word or something like that.
Twitter's becoming worse than anything.
It used to be, but they are horrible on Twitter, and they do police according to ideology, and so does Facebook.
I got a 12-hour suspension for saying I was hungry for Tide Pods.
yeah.
No, you didn't.
Yes, you
I'm
did.
not even encouraging other people. Just saying.
That's impossible.
Just saying all this-
on Twitter.
Yeah, it's just saying all
Oh,
these Tide Pod
fuck.
all these Tide commercials are making me hungry for Tide Pods, and posted a photo.
That's a joke. How can you not even?
12 hours out.
I mean, I thought you couldn't call a woman a cunt, but if you call a guy a cunt, that's like British, right? That's Scottish.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Anyway, some guy posted on last night, leave Compound Media, you fucking loser. No wonder you are a broke, sorry comic. Kill yourself, coward. And it kind of hurt because I just had a fight with my wife about money. So he calls me a
Maybe it's
sorry,
her,
broke.
her account.
It's always funny when you
Wait,
get
is he using his? What is he using? Don't you say his name? Is he using his real name or a weird name?
It's 1989. That's the last four. So
Is it someone's name or no?
No.
See,
No.
the funny
Shocker.
part. The funny part is people who will accuse someone else of cowardice while they hide behind a fake.
Yeah.
I just love when somebody bashes you with every insult in the book, and then it's up to you to be. Which one are you going to be sensitive about? Is it because you're broke? Is it because you're a coward? Is it because you're not on
I
compound?
just wish I was black so he could just call me the N word and get it over with.
Just be
you know
done
what I
with
mean?
the whole
yeah,
thing.
just like, I know it's coming. You're going to save it till the end of the sentence, but just get it. No, because it's sorry, broke comic. I was like, okay. No, but I just know, like when you get in a fight with I'm not in a fight with Kumia, but when you get in a fight with when you get the Kumia fans riled up, it's it could get pretty nasty.
What happened?
Well, I'll tell you what I know and what the fans know. So I was watching.
People are calling this a publicity stunt.
I was watching. I got caught up on Compound on the Anthony Artie show yesterday, so I could figure out what was going on with young Kevin.
And Artie's been going in, by the way. People asking. Artie's been doing better.
Yes.
Yeah, he did well yesterday. He was an hour and a half late. He made Kumia sit there with fucking Dan Natterman. It was like a fucking date, and then
Was it really an hour and a half late?
yeah.
Oh, and Natterman is, by the way, Natterman is very funny. I like Natterman.
Yeah, it's small doses, like 2 minutes at a time. I mean, I thought I don't know if he brings his gun, but I thought he was going to at least take out his gun and at least point at Natterman, like say something, because Natterman acts like he's there, like it's his show,
Right.
He's like, say something.
Right.
Say something. Don't make Kumia talk the whole fucking time,
No,
you know?
I get that.
Well, Cumia is a little intimidating in the sense that, he's Anthony of Opie and Anthony. He's Anthony Cumia. He's brilliant on the radio. He can talk about anything for any length of time.
Natterman was intimidated?
No, I don't know how Natterman felt, but I'm saying in general, a lot of times people don't want to talk because they don't know what to say because it's Anthony.
Yeah, but I could see that, but it's like he's a local guy. He knows what he's been there before.
Sure.
So just don't make fucking Kumia's probably already pissed that Artie's not there, and then he's it's like a weird date where Natterman's the hot girl,
Right.
And Kumia keeps talking. Natterman's like,
You're like, you're not the girl from Tinder. This is not the picture that I saw.
I'm watching it. I'm like, oh my god, fucking! It's just unbelievable how people come in. They say like I talk too much, but when I mean he comes in, it's just like just fucking talk. The guy's here every day.
He didn't say
for
anything,
2
though.
hours. He just like yeah, maybe.
Yeah, so he sucked.
Yeah, he sucks.
Oh,
of
wow.
course.
happens.
Okay.
All
And
So,
I'm just here to trash people anyway. 'cause
so
I-
wait, I like Dan, but
yeah, of course.
Artie
I
showed
was-
up late.
I was watching the Monday show.
yeah.
And Artie was there on time because they were talking about you. And Keith the cop came on and gave the whole story.
Yeah,
He gave
the
skinny.
whole story, his side.
He said that Compound Media is Anthony's company, and they have a whole bunch of shows. They have they used to have your show, but they have Gino Pisconti's show.
Gino
they
and
have-
Aaron Berg.
Yeah, Aaron Berg.
That's a great show, by the way. In
right.
Hot Water.
Eastside
Is it a
Dave.
good show?
Yeah, it's
I
great.
haven't heard it, but I like both of those guys. a
No,
lot.
it's great. They're great together. It's a great show.
Well, that's good to know.
Eastside Dave does a great show. Pat Dixon does a great show. They have all these great shows. And so Keith said that
And Bill Schultz does the
Bill
morning.
Schultz does a great morning show. Yep.
I guess you've never seen it then.
Why am I
haven't.
this in the morning?
I was on it once, but I didn't
Then
see
why are
it.
you saying it's great?
That is true.
I've only heard good things.
From who? Him?
Yeah, Bill
Yeah,
told
Bill-
me he's
Bill
doing
is him
Him and
It's a
Ann
great show.
Coulter, I've told you. Him and his fucking their double beards.
So
Guy's 3/4 fag at least, right? Am I right with those fucking bright jackets in the winter?
it's possible.
Like he just won the Masters. Come on.
So Keith says that contracts went out to all the compound shows.
Yes.
And everybody signed them, no problem, except for one troublesome host.
Soul.
And it was big
And the best part was
surprise.
Kumia goes, I would almost expect nothing less.
Right. Kumia
So he
kept
was
saying
kind of taking my side on it.
he
you
didn't
know?
mind you being difficult, but
Yeah.
he said like, oh yeah, Kevin didn't sign his contract, so he told me to talk to his attorney. I talked to his attorney. His attorney said this is all good. We're good with the money. We're good with the ads, rates, revenue split, whatever.
I haven't had a commercial in 6 weeks. so the ad split is a bit of a moot point. Go ahead.
Yeah, because anything times 0 is whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
So we go like, okay, but Kevin would like 2 shows a week.
Yeah.
He wants a second show.
Yeah.
And they go, okay, look, we got too many shows. We're training new staff.
Yeah.
Right? So we got new staff coming in because there's so many shows. We just got 2 guys working here. It's too much. So we're training new staff. Once that new staff gets trained, then we can talk about adding that show. And then they said that your lawyer responded to that by saying, okay, well then we're out. No, thank you.
Yeah.
And that was the end of the conversation. And that was you quit. And then you went on Twitter and you quit.
What happened?
What happened, Kevin? That seems
Listen, what happened
unreasonable.
was-
That seems unreasonable.
It
Let's
does
go
seem
back. Let's go.
unreasonable.
It is a little unreasonable, but
But you are an unreasonable guy.
Yeah.
that's my
Yes,
hook.
exactly. Reason is not your strong point.
That is your hook.
No, so really what happened was listen, when I first got there, they treated me great, and then. This is my take on it, but since kind of Artie went there, listen, when you bring in Artie, it's like adopting a special needs child, you know? So he's headache after headache. You don't know if he's going to come in or not. So
But when he's there, he's great.
yeah, well,
he's-
And he
yeah.
has a lot of value.
When I've been on there, he's still
Yeah.
fucking lightning fast. He's still really funny.
Yeah, well, that's the meth. But one time he was trolling me on Twitter. He goes, "Yeah, I think I was speeding at the time." I go, "What? Is that my problem?" He's like trashing my wife and my kids. He don't even fucking know them, you know?
Yeah. Was he joking?
No, but it got nasty. But this is before he started working there. So, whatever. So, no. So really, what happened was since and then I was in a position where like I wanted to do more shows. They pay you by the show.
Okay.
There, so you don't make a lot of money because you're getting paid per show. You know, like if I did 2 shows or 4 shows a week, it'd be great.
So you wanted to double your money then.
Yeah, I wanted to double down. I wanted to split the 7s. I mean, fuck. First of all, I do a Monday show, so like this Monday, if I was working there, I wouldn't even have a show.
Why?
Because they're closed.
Yeah, because President's Day.
President's
Yeah,
Day.
so any 3-day weekend, I don't get paid. There's all kinds of days I don't get paid. Christmas, I didn't get paid. New Year's Day, they were both on a Monday. So there's all these fucking days I don't get paid.
Right.
And before Artie went there, I used to get paid on when I was locked out. So then,
you're saying the money is probably going.
so
to make up for some of that, you want a second show.
And Keith was saying to my lawyer, well, that he wasn't supposed to get paid if he didn't do a show. But when I first started work there, like Memorial Day weekend, I got paid even though I didn't do a show. But then once Artie got there, it all changed. And also,
they shouldn't pay you if you're not doing shows.
Well, you guys get paid this Monday, right?
We get paid. We're contracted, salaried employees.
I like how, so then fucking don't tell me. I got more kids than you.
We would never sign a ridiculous deal.
But
like
I'm supposed to because I'm a piece of shit. Like that Instagram post.
Jim and I signed big money contracts.
Yeah.
Jim and I signed big money contracts to do this show.
Yeah.
I get no benefits. I barely get paid. I got paid. I did 3 shows in December, so it's not like I'm a full-time. People are saying like, how could you walk away from this fucking golden opportunity? Because I think people think like, you're working with Kumi. Isn't that enough?
Big money.
I love Kumi, and Kumi is the fucking funniest.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to anybody ever.
Of course.
But,
No,
I mean,
none taken.
I know you think he's great. He's just fucking funny as shit.
He is.
So even when Artie comes in an hour and a half late, I'm like, motherfucker, all you got to do is sit there. It's like playing 2-on-2 basketball with Michael Jordan being with Kumia. You don't even have to be that good.
Right.
You know what I mean? I mean, Artie does add to it, but
Not enough.
Kumia doesn't need that much assistance to put on a good fucking show.
He can literally. Anthony
he did
really
it for years
can
by himself.
He can talk about anything. It's really amazing. I've watched him for an hour be interesting about something that I couldn't do a minute and a half on.
And even on the TV, he's good. He's like a darker Johnny Carson. Like even the faces he makes and the grimaces he makes, they're all funny. You know.
So if he's so great, why would you quit just because you couldn't do a second show?
Good point. So anyway, so they bring in Artie, which I was like, I get it.
Sure.
They wanted to, he's a big name. They wanted to do something. And then they brought in Bill Schultz for the morning thing, and I was like, I know he was used to be on Fox and Friends, or Pink Eye, or Red Eye, all the puns I was working on when I was stuck on the D train coming over here.
That's good.
So
we get fresh Kevin Brennan because you didn't waste it all on your show this week.
He just drank a 5-hour energy drink too. It's gonna be a great fucking 90 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I'll try to tone it down.
Don't worry about it.
So I mean, when they gave him they give him 4 days a week coming in, I was like, come on, man.
So that's gonna piss you off because
I'm already there, and In Hot Water's already there. We're already there, and like my show's not even as good as In Hot Water.
Would you do a morning show?
Yes,
Oh.
I would do a fucking. And if I was getting paid. If it's a full-time gig, I wouldn't even be.
Are they paying?
I wouldn't even be contesting. But here was the
Are
deal.
they paying equally for each show, or does your one show make more than one?
Oh, here's another thing.
Tell me.
He gave, because I'm one of 10 kids. I understand we have to treat everybody equally, or else they'll be bad. So he gives. So I guarantee he gave everybody the same raise this year.
So everybody gets the same for their show.
Yeah, like we're all like you're just all pieces of shit. We're like these
That's
kids.
how you feel?
We're like the family of 13 in California chained to their bed.
That's
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And he gave us all $50.
Malnourished.
Yeah,
Yeah.
malnourished. And then Bill Schultz comes in with his bright fucking Technicolor coats.
I remember you talking about that before.
Yes. I believe you implied
And then
he won the Masters.
they give him 4 fucking days. So how am I supposed to take that?
So he's making 4 times your money.
Yeah.
Per week.
Then yeah.
Yeah.
Then
Per year.
Then Artie goes on sabbatical for a month in December.
You still get paid?
Does Artie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so. But
I bet
anyway,
he did.
then they have guests. And also Keith implied my numbers weren't good. In my contract, he said to my lawyer, like, we looked at Kevin's numbers, basically implying they're not that great. But I know he's just being a fucking good pimp and treat me like shit.
Right.
So I won't go off. So I'll have low self-esteem. I won't go off to another pimp.
Got to smack your hoe every now and then.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Right.
You're not the bottom bitch.
So he's treating me like garbage,
Right.
just to be like, his numbers aren't that great.
Do you think that they're not that great, though?
No, but so then I go, and then the topper was when Artie was gone for 4 weeks. They have people guest hosting, and they don't put people on their own fucking network to guest host. Like they used Aaron Berg, but they used he was the excuse. His first name is A, so it's A&A still.
But maybe they were.
And then they brought in fucking Rich Voss. I don't know if you guys know him. They brought in Rich Voss.
Is he a comic?
Rich Voss. They bring in Rich Voss.
Technically.
They brought in Bennington or Bennington.
Bennington,
Yeah, he's
Bennington.
a super successful host.
Yeah.
And then they bring in Dave Landau. You know Dave Landau?
No.
Exactly. So they bring him in for a week, and I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Do you think it was
no relation to Martin Landau? No show business.
But what if it was a numbers thing? Because your numbers are not great, so you're not going to bring in many people.
How about use the week when I'm on with Kumia to brighten up my fucking to help promote my show and bring up my numbers.
Hold on, Kev. Did you want to do it though? Maybe they thought you didn't want to do it.
No, I basically volunteered. I said, But I don't understand. What's the strategy behind not promoting the people on their own network? These guys are not on the network. So,
right. No, they're not.
And then Keith said, "Well, those were some Anthony's request, and that's what the fans want." I said, "If the fans want Dave Landau, give them Dave Landau. I'm walking away." Right. From 1 day a week, 3 days a month.
Do you think though? But if they offered you the second day and they said it was okay, why?
But they offered me the second day before, and it's just all them fucking. I know the fans are probably thinking this fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Because they already hate me when I come in here yelling and they're trying to drive to work. But I'm really exasperated with this because it's like all they do is complain. But this is like Keith said before, we're gonna give you 2 days, but it's like you gave Bill Schultz 4 days and he didn't even fucking audition.
Do you think though that you left
and also
hold on, Kevin, you left Riotcast and now
that's why it looks bad because I leave everything.
Do you think though that maybe
and I'm leaving my wife too? This is Happy Valentine's Day, honey.
While this is happening, do you think all right, I'm walking away from something, it's still a possibility to fix it? Do you think that maybe look back, fix it and again, pick your battles and you're going to get 2 shows a week. You are funny. So maybe just don't go for the automatic implosion on this one because it's still a gig and it still promotes your gigs and there's still a lot of potential for growth.
Yeah, I'm doing A&A today to basically
you are? Okay.
because Keith texted me yesterday and he was like, well, he goes, are we done? I said I'll come in tomorrow because I want to give my after I watched what they said the other day. I'm like, okay. I want to give my fucking take on it because you can't justify putting Dave Landau on for a week when it's like,
were they getting paid? Were you getting paid?
I don't know. I wasn't looking for money. I told him I'm not looking for money. It's easy sitting with Kumia for 4 days. It's fun. I laughed there a lot and
really this is because you were insulted.
Yeah, I was insulted. Yeah. And so if you give me a full-time gig, I'll take the insult. Part-time, fuck that. Don't insult me with a fucking part-time gig.
Because originally I was sitting there going why would you walk away from just because it's not enough money? Why would you walk away from some money for no money? But it's because you feel like you're being insulted.
And also, if I take this money, then next year he'll assume I'll take the shit money. And also, he's like
chained up to the bed.
Yeah. Plus, also, he's like all the things. Everybody's equal. I give everybody the same raise. Then how come when I quit, it became this big fucking thing? Chad Zumach. I don't know if you guys know him, but he should be fucking guest hosting, right? If Dave Landau can. But Chad Zumach said it's blowing up on Reddit that you quit. And I'm like, okay, well, if Pat Dixon quit, would it have blown up on Twitter or Reddit or whatever the fuck I'm trying to say? My point is I have more fucking cachet there. Because I'm better known, I'm more fucking bipolar, I'm more polarizing. You know what I mean?
Right. But the internet, dude, they enjoy anything, and Twitter, all of them are the same. They enjoy anything that's just different on a daily basis.
No, literally, I got it.
If Bill Schultz was arrested for fucking beating someone with a hammer, that's what everyone would want to talk about.
But also, if Bill Schultz quit tomorrow, nobody would give a shit. So my show I'm saying my show has a following. My fans are passionate.
But the numbers weren't that good.
I know. My fans are my fans. Well, that's what he did. He just treats me like I'm a fucking idiot. Like I'm 23 years old intern, and I just got out of college, and I can't believe I'm in a fucking building with AC sometimes. You know what I mean? So I'm like, listen, I've already eaten enough shit in show business. Sure. I've been lied to by Lauren Michaels better than Keith.
Right.
I've been lied to a much better class of people than Keith.
Yes, you've had bigger people lie to you and mistreat you.
You're not going to sit there and let you get jerked around by a lot of people, but when you start letting Compound Media jerk you around, it's like, come on, guys.
With a part-time gig.
I'm
like, come on, man.
We have some support for Kevin, by the way.
Okay.
Someone sides with Kevin. Bill in L.A.
Yeah, if everything you're saying is true, Kevin, man, I got to side with you. If they're not promoting your show and they're giving Artie all this money to do a part-time show, 4 days a week, he's leaving Anthony hanging like that, and you're more reliable, fuck that, dude. Get out.
So what are you gonna do?
All right, thank you, Bill.
What's your?
I'll probably hang out with this guy.
Yeah, I mean,
Bill in L.A.
I think he's wrong to say get out though, because I think because you had a little hot under the collar.
We have a call on line 10.
Let's take this call. Yes, hello, Keith.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi,
Good morning,
buddy.
Keith.
I gotta go to the bathroom.
What's up, bud?
Boy, a few times that I wake up this early, and look what I get to hear.
That's right.
Keith, why did you make it such a point to regularly insult Kevin Brennan like you've been
Now
doing?
it does feel like a publicity stunt. I'm even suspicious.
No, I don't think that I did insult Kevin. In fact, the way that it's being explained about the numbers is being twisted, because when I explained it, Kevin has very good numbers.
Oh.
And I did tell Kevin that out of everybody on the network, he is, for the single show host, the highest paid single show host that we have.
Bro.
Single show host. That's not an impressive category.
You're making more than Eastside Dave.
Am I?
That's what that means.
No, you get it. It's like you get so much per raise per year. So the more years you're there, the more you make. I don't know. Anyway, plus Keith, I gotta.
Me.
Dave Landau, I know, maybe isn't considered a big name, but he does have the honor of what Anthony said to me as being the only other person that he feels that he has a connection with other than Jim Norton, as quick as it is when they're together working.
Wow. Much,
I don't.
much better than Kevin.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, I do. See how he pimps me out? He insults me on fucking live radio.
Is Dave a funny stand-up? I don't know Dave. The name is familiar.
Anthony literally told me, he goes, "This is the only person I have that quick connection with other than Jimmy."
Wow.
Unbelievable when we're working together. So
Don't you wish that was you, Kevin?
I wish I had a gun so I could blow my brains
Why?
out.
I would have to see Dave Landau. He's obviously good for him.
Just for the YouTube hits.
yeah, and I told Kevin, and I told his attorney this as well. Kevin was in the mix to be one of the upcoming guest hosts to sit for the week, but Artie just shows up out of nowhere. Artie left rehab and he just showed up.
Good hire.
Right, he came back.
Good hire, Keith.
But he came back.
Let's bring in a junkie because they have a good work ethic.
Well, Keith, what about his other issue was not so much Artie, but it was the Bill Schultz issue. He was very insulted.
His clothing in particular.
He was very insulted that a man with bright jackets gets to do 4 shows a week and he only gets to do 1.
Well, if we turned around and we hired somebody that had less fashion sense, would he be happier with that choice?
Kevin?
Listen, give whatever you want to Dave Landau. I'm going to get in line to suck his dick, too. I was on the show with Dave Landau. I think Cumia, and Dave Landau. I don't remember him saying a fucking word. So I think maybe
Cumia does.
I think Cumia got me and Dave mixed up because I thought we had a connection, and I guess he got confused.
and the Bill Schultz hire, just to put it into perspective, was when Gavin was courted away by CRTV, people were looking for something similar in content to what Gavin was doing.
That makes sense.
And Bill coming from Red Eye and coming from that Fox News, setup that he had there, that was what we felt was the right choice. There's no replacing Gavin, but
right.
To give somebody that had a similar take on things and to do a similar show, Bill, we thought, was the right person.
I know what you're saying, too. He's from that Red Eye.
Well, you need
more of a political, even though Bill's very liberal and Gavin is very conservative. They like each other. I did Bill's show and Gavin was on it, and those guys get along great. Somebody who's kind of talking from a bit of a political slant.
And when you're doing a network, right, you need variety. There needs to be things that fill different interests. So maybe they needed what they wanted for a morning show was something that was a little more newsy, a little more political, and that's not your forte.
I can do news.
Kevin, you're very
Hey, Obama.
You're very funny, and I enjoy you very much.
Yeah.
But you're not a first thing in the morning everyday guy.
No.
Someone's on their way to work. The fucking he told me no, that piece of shit.
First of all, he's saying this as I'm negotiating with Keith on the phone. He's like, you're not a morning guy. I can tone it down.
I can listen to you every day. I'm just saying, I think you're more of an afternoon guy. I think that's fine.
Maybe even nighttime.
You know what?
Yeah.
Why not?
Like I would listen.
Why not?
If I was driving around like
He's a comedian. He can't work nights. He's a comic. He's got to do sets.
No, I cannot work the cellar. I can afford the $30 that they're paying me
I
to
think
not
Kevin
do
is
it.
very, very
You're really
funny.
upset with your payments
Yes, he
throughout
is.
the industry, aren't you?
He's been around for a while. He knows.
A while.
Yeah, he's been doing stuff.
Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if I were an insomniac and I were driving around and couldn't
Listen.
sleep, I would love to listen to like Kevin like complaining about things.
That is true.
Listen, Keith has a. You know what I used to do? I used to kind of try to understand somebody else's position, and now I'm like, fuck that. Let them deal with my position. You know what I mean? So I'm supposed to be like, yeah, Bill Schultz. I understand the Bill Schultz hire, but it's still. He's like, nobody gives a fuck about Bill Schultz. Put him fucking in hot water in the morning, and that would be a great show.
And Gino right now is probably spitting at the thing, and so is Aaron. We're comics. We don't want to get up first thing in the morning.
No, they want to do the morning, and they should do the morning because they would be hilarious. Where Bill Schultz talking about fucking like whatever the fuck he talks about, flowers and shit. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
You're not impressed with Bill Schultz show?
No, because it's like he's just like a guy. He's just like a guy. He's nothing like he doesn't turn me on, but I'm not a fag.
I see.
Well, speaking for that community, I can say he doesn't turn me on either.
He has somebody that's going to be working with him on a regular basis.
Oh, who is it?
Is it Gavin?
No, it's not Gavin. But you know, the hardest job that I have, besides dealing with Kevin, is the overall running of the network. Because look, I have to deal with the tech, I have to deal with the talent, I have to deal with all those things, and the one thing which has been holding us up, and I have told Kevin in the past, just like I have told Aaron and Gino, that we're going to give those additional shows. We're 6 months behind on tech because our current provider is basically holding us hostage. And for us to deal with this, it's horrific. We're a small company. We're dealing with it. We're working through it. We're hoping in the next month that this is all going to be resolved because we have contracts for other shows that are already signed that want to be on the network. And we have current lineup guys like Kevin and Gino and Aaron that we're going to give more, but we're just waiting for the switch over in the tech company so that we're not paying the tech company that we have now to do it and then paying the next tech company to do.
Okay.
You don't know what he's talking about?
No, I
but
know what
he's
he's
got
talking
some
about, but it
behind-the-scenes money
sounds like
stuff.
the MTA when they're like, well, the infrastructure. It's like, how is that my problem?
That's not your
I gotta
issue.
feed my fucking family.
Right.
But he's still saying that makes sense what he's saying.
No, of course it makes sense, but it's like on the other hand, it's like.
Well, maybe show business isn't for you.
It's a possibility. So, Keith, do you think if Pat Dixon quit his show, there would be like a thing? Anybody would give a shit on Reddit?
No, I think any show that we lose, we've seen it in the past. Any show we lose, of course, is hurtful to us.
All right, I'll take any action on that.
Let me ask you, what is your Kevin? What is your show on Mondays at what time?
I don't
It's
know.
not on
It's
anymore.
not
What
on.
time was it on?
It
It used to be on Mondays.
Monday at 2:00.
But he no-showed for the last.
And are you guys open this Monday? Because I want to do a show this Monday.
Yes, we're open.
No, you're not for President's Day.
Absolutely, we work President's Day.
Oh, I thought you just worked MLK because
You already missed the money from this week.
I know. I'm
So
totally
what are you doing?
fine.
I don't know.
Hold on, who's on?
I can't even take my wife out for Valentine's Day now because of that.
Hey, Keith, who's on at 6 after Art and Ant?
On Mondays and Tuesdays, Eastside Dave is on Tuesdays, Pat Dixon's on Mondays, and then there's a new hire coming on who will probably do Wednesdays when the two new people that we're training finish up. Because Garrett and John, God bless them. Like, look, those guys.
Garrett and John are great. I'll say that.
Yeah. They work 40-plus hours a week. They're never sick. And I had to hire two more people.
Sure.
For, number one, to expand the programming, but number two, for redundancy, because God forbid one of them gets sick. And that's the other issue that I did discuss with Kevin's attorney is, like, look, I can't have these guys work more hours. I don't have someplace to put another show right now.
So
That'd be
you're
a
trying to
funny-
get people to hire. I understand.
That'd be a funny name of a show, Redundancy.
Yeah.
Welcome back to Redundancy with Kevin Brennan.
So wait, so you have Kevin. What hours do you want to work?
I want
Is
to
it
work.
2 hour show or
I
one?
just want to work. I want to work
90
more
minutes.
hours. I need more. I need money. I just need money. So if I have to fucking,
You should be doing this for the passion, man.
Keith knows all this, but it's like Keith is a businessman, and I'm not. So,
Would you
and-
have-
but it's like it does hurt your feelings when you're sitting there and they bring in these fucking guys, and they're whatever. Like he can say whatever he wants on the radio, but it's like Artie Lang's not a good hire. I don't give a fuck. He's not a good hire.
I would have hired Artie. Honestly, I would have. He's a big name. He's Artie. It's
Got
Artie.
a lot of eyes on the product.
Yeah, I would have hired Artie.
I still think it's a bad hire,
we're
but
selling-
it's not my call.
We're
But
selling subs, man. People buy subs.
Yeah.
Yeah, then they get mad when he doesn't show up because he's a fat fucking junkie.
They can get as mad as they want.
They can cancel the subs.
Nobody's canceling anything.
He'll turn it around. Hey, so would you ever
turn it around?
Would you ever put?
He was an hour and a half late yesterday, Keith. When was I? When was I ever an hour and a half late?
Well, your show would have been over. But would you ever?
You didn't show up at all on
That's
Monday.
true. Would you ever go on? Now, Keith, would you ever put Kevin on at a slot at 6 o'clock in a drive time slot after Art and Ann are over?
Like I said, once the tech is all changed over and the two new guys they're going to work 6 at night till 10 at night, 4 days a week. Garrett and John are working up from 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock, that we would sit with everybody currently on the...
At the same time, we're all in a group like Pat Dixon, Eastside.
Well, hold on. Do you think that I think Kevin's a good, like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, he's hard to listen to at work because you're working. Kevin's a good fucking on the way, a drive time guy on the way home.
Right, I totally agree. And like I said, what I was going to finish saying is that when that's all set and we have the new schedule, we have the expanded time and everything, I was going to sit with everybody and say, are you happy in your current spot? Do you want a different time slot?
You're not happy?
Shift everything around and we'll put everybody where they want to be to make it most beneficial to them and the network together.
So
maybe it's me.
Of course it's you.
No, it's definitely you.
It's definitely you. Yeah. I mean,
because I had some issues with Riotcast too, if I recall correctly.
Well, that's why sometimes you got to go. Am I just kind of fucking? Do I just throw an M80 on things before I have to?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a reason that your source of income is asking people to send you money on PayPal. You know what I mean? Like
that's true.
I even donated $50.
He did. He donated $50 when I said I couldn't come in on Monday because I had the flu from doing heroin. No, because it's like I said I didn't read the side effects on the heroin label.
Right.
You know?
Next time.
No, because heroin that comes with a lot of different fucking collateral damage. I'm guessing. You know.
You know
flu
what?
is one of them.
Yeah, flu.
Hey,
influenza.
Keith, I'll put Jamie and Sandy. Will that hang up on Keith if I click him or no? Fuck it. I'll talk to him later.
Yeah.
The guy wanted to say that he thinks Kevin is great first thing in the morning because he wakes you up.
Yeah, I'm like a double espresso.
Best part of waking up is Kevin Brennan yelling at you.
Yeah, in your cup. The best thing of waking up is fucking Kevin in your ear.
I just wanted to call in and just clear up a couple of those things. I'm glad Kevin's there. I'm glad he's coming in today. My wife is sitting in the restaurant waiting for me to have Valentine's Day breakfast, so I'm going to do that. And Kevin, we'll see you. You want to be late, or do you want to be right at 4 o'clock?
You know, I'm always on time.
After Artie.
With my fucking cup there, waiting for donations.
You're always on time, unlike who?
Artie Lang. The fat junkie. I'm a fat junkie. I'm a fat junkie. I'm a fat junkie. How many fat junkies are there?
I know a few.
David Crosby, Artie Lang. Most junkies, they keep their weight down.
They are scared.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right, Keith.
Thank you, Keith.
Artie's always late
See you,
because he's
pal.
like he was late. He's always in transit. Whenever I watch the show, like I don't watch the show. Someone tells me Artie's not there, so I watch it and be like, he's in transit. Because he drives from Hoboken.
Is he not taking the train in?
Take the fucking path.
Artie, what are you doing?
Take the path. He lives in Hoboken. Take the path that goes right to 33rd Street where the thing is. And no one's going to bother him on the train. He's going to look like another fucking homeless crackhead. You know what I mean?
Why do you care how or when Artie shows up to a show?
Well, it's
it has nothing to do with you.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, it is because he's a fucking. To me, he's a bad hire. Don't hire a junkie.
But it's not.
It's like when they hire. You remember that guy, Dave Weiland? Remember the guy from
No, it's
Stone
Scott
Temple
Weiland.
Pilots?
Yeah. Scott Weiland, yeah.
Well, what did I say?
Dave Weiland, yeah.
said Dave
It's Dave
Weiland.
Landau, who's
Landau.
also a junkie. Dave Landau's a junkie, and so is Scott Weiland.
So you're mad at Dave Landau. You're
And
mad
Scott
at
Weiland.
Scott Weiland.
No, but
okay.
you hire Scott Weiland because he's a good singer. And
Yeah.
how did that work out? It always works out bad because they have a bad.
I mean, they are looked at as one of the
unreliable.
great rock bands.
Yeah,
They're
sold a lot of
unreliable.
albums.
A
Sold
lot of
made a lot of
albums.
money.
Tons of money.
So financially,
Stone
they're
Temple
smart.
Pilots.
Now, Vinny in New Jersey has a comment. Yes, Vinny, what's up, buddy?
Hello, darlings. How are you?
Good evening.
Hey, listen, I love Kevin. He's great, but, you guys are downplaying Dave Landau too much.
I'm not downplaying him. I don't know him.
You don't need to hear that, do you?
No, I think he's just trolling me.
Dude, I honestly don't know Dave.
No one's heard of him.
If Anthony loves him that much, I'm sure he's really super funny because I don't
Yes.
know him.
I bet he's
And
great.
if I do know him, I
On the
apologize.
show, they were both very quick together. I mean, if Artie was not there, I'd rather have Dave on the show.
Than me.
Kevin, you could give up your slot to him.
I volunteered. I said, let him take my fucking spot. If
That's
he's
not
so
very
fucking
helpful.
valuable, give him my spot.
That's not helpful for
But
me.
don't you know that there's chemistry between people, and maybe like as much as like people are gonna be like, oh cool, I like Kevin, and he's on
No,
the show.
me and Kumia have chemistry.
But
I guess I was a one-sided.
Clearly,
I think we do.
Anthony likes doing radio with Dave Landau.
I'll bring it up today. I'll bring it up today.
He likes doing it better than you.
I know. I'm
Thanks,
going to ask
Vinny.
him. I'm going to ask him point blank. Like, so you have no feelings for me.
Well, I don't.
I'm going to say it on the air. I'll say, look at my beautiful blue eyes and say you have no feelings for me on Valentine's Day.
Kevin
You have no
did
feelings
say.
for me.
Day.
Kevin
Yes.
did say the truth before. He goes, "My fucking feelings are hurt." Like that is all it is. Your feelings got hurt.
No,
It
my
happens.
feelings got
nothing to do
hurt.
with the money.
And if I was full time like you guys, I would let my feelings hurt all the time. I
I
wouldn't
mean,
give
we're
a
a
shit.
lot more than full time.
But-
We got big contracts.
No, but,
Yeah.
but I'm saying part time. It really is like it's like. It's very insulting,
Right.
And the Belschels thing really fucking gets under my craw, and but I'll bring it up today with Kumia about how much he's in love with Dave Landau.
You should.
Dave Landau, I never even fucking heard of him.
But he might. But that doesn't
he's
matter.
not Joe Rogan. He's not Bill Burr. He's not like he brings
but
all
it's
these
not-
fucking
it's not-
eyeballs to the fucking
He likes
thing.
doing
But
the
he-
show with him, though. He
He
just likes
enjoys him.
I know. I get it.
Do we have any footage of Dave Landau?
He don't even
Can we
look
it
like
up?
you. I could see if it was a Norton fucking knockoff.
But he goes like Anthony's list is
Well, he's
Jim
his own
Norton,
man.
Dave Landau, and then you're in the mix. Somewhere.
How
else.
in the mix?
How about him on-
That's what Keith always says. You're in the mix.
You're in the mix.
You're in the mix to get fed.
On Compound Media, not his stand-up. I want to see him on Compound Media.
Yeah. I mean, look, Kevin. Unless you're going to go independent, I don't see how this.
I'm gonna start my own network.
I would.
It's hard now, though, man.
No, of course it's hard. Everything's hard. But listen, I'm kidding about starting my own network. But
we knew that.
but it just fucking hurts your feelings, you know?
Yeah, no, I
and
get
plus,
it.
I almost thought
it is insulting.
Some people were implying they kept me away from Kumia because they thought we would do too good together, and then it would be awkward for Artie because
not-
people
That's
would be
like a girl going, "I love you too much. I can't go out with
Yeah,
you." I
that's
don't
not
believe that.
true.
That's not true.
not true.
People would say, "Why even bring back Artie if and then they have a contract with Artie?" You know what I mean? It's
That's
like
not true.
It's
That's
like
not
when they have
That's
a
not-
when they
that's
have
what
like a.
You don't think it was because they were afraid to do too good?
No, of course not. Kevin's awesome. He's one of my favorite people.
I love
but
Kevin.
I like
Artie's
how you guys say that.
Artie-
He's one of my. No one ever goes, "You're my favorite." Well, you're one of my favorite. That's what my mom
Well,
used to say.
you're not-
You're my favorite son.
I don't even
sorry.
believe she
Nobody
said
ever
that.
goes. Nobody ever goes. You're my favorite.
Kevin, I'm sorry that you had so many siblings.
I love that he said it because I'll all day. I'm doing A&A today. I mean, probably just A because the crackhead probably won't show up. But I mean, like I'll constantly say like maybe I'll get a Dave Landau fucking mask and whatever. I'll just mock it because Dave. I mean, I don't give a fuck. Dave
You don't need to
Landau.
be
But Dave is funny though. You got to give it to him.
You never even seen
No,
him.
no, what I'm saying is, if
wouldn't
he's
you have
funny-
heard of him if he was that funny?
Not necessarily if he's
Anthony
a newer
likes
guy.
him better than you. Here's the thing.
Let's hear Dave Landau. Let's hear. What I'm saying is, if he's obviously funny, so you got to give him.
Yeah,
his
but you can't.
respect.
You can't watch a clip on A&A.
Just a quick second. Yeah, I want to see what he sounds like. I don't know.
Today, I was rushing around like crazy.
Maybe you could just get to the part with David Hemshaw.
I comes and running. Shoot my family. Yeah, exactly.
Look at Anthony
Throw
laughing.
yourself
Having
in front
fun.
of the
He's having a
hardware
good time.
you work on on a daily basis.
Yeah, I don't care what you do. You're lucky I'm even sober. And I'm not.
Yeah, I'm sitting quietly
Look at
in
that
the
back and
car.
forth.
You should be
Yeah.
fucking thankful of
I
that.
know,
I'm
Ant.
not
That's genuine
masturbating
happiness.
or like he doesn't have to deal with him throwing fucking
Oh, my
shit.
God.
Look
I
how
don't-
quick that
Beat
is.
train.
I thought you said he didn't talk. He talks a lot.
No, you want everyone.
I swear to God, he seemed
I
like
wait
a
until
sweet
it's
guy, but he
filled.
didn't talk much. Maybe I talk too much.
Him and Dave
That's a
Ant seem to be
possibility.
flowing. It's like ebbing and flowing. A lot of good-natured laughs are happening.
Kevin, like
Were you
you
actually-
have to like part of your thing.
I have to learn to relax and just take it all in.
Don't learn to relax. But you deliver a product, right? Like you do a thing. This is what you do, and it's amazing and it's great. But like,
Is it too
doesn't-
much?
No, but it doesn't apply to everything. Like we need to figure out where does the Kevin Brennan product fit?
Right.
Like Jim and I both love having you on. Can we have you on every day? No, of course not.
Because people would say that it's the same guest every day. We have to have a variety of guests.
And like, and it's too much. It's too much because this is already a show.
Will you do me a solid favor?
Of course.
You never have to have me on ever again.
That's not. No,
but
I want
please
you.
bring on Dave Landau just to see his magic.
I hear
up
he's
close.
very funny. I would gladly have Dave
No,
Landau.
just have him on. Just have
Any
him on
friend
so
of
you can
Anthony is a
see.
friend of
huh?
mine.
If he's good on it with Anthony, I would love to have him.
So-
I would have him and Anthony in together. Actually,
No, Dave Landau by himself. Because if he's that good, then he shouldn't bring his fucking partner.
No, I want
should-
Anthony back anyway.
But we should have Dave Landau in by himself, and then we can vote as to who's a better guest, Kevin or Dave.
But the first time though, we should have him in with Ant because he's
No, it's
comfortable.
cheating.
That is
Don't
cheating.
make
That's
him
cheating.
uncomfortable. Make him uncomfortable.
But I want Ant back in.
We can
No,
have
you
Ant
can
back
have
in.
Ant whenever you want. I'll make that happen today. But I'm saying have
Well, I
Dave
think Jim's
Landau.
got that connection too.
No, when I see him face to face.
Oh.
No, so bring in Dave Landau by himself and just see the fucking magic.
Yeah.
I mean, when Patrice came in, did you bring him in with Will Sylvans, that retard?
We never.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to say anything. We would never have two at the same time.
Okay, so if a guy's good enough comic, he can stand on his own, right? He doesn't need a fucking tag team partner. Am I right?
No, you're right.
I mean, Jim, when you go to places, do you have to bring somebody? You bring Sam, or you bring Opie, or you bring anybody with you?
I bring Sam with me everywhere I go.
Yeah, we go together.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to people, so Sam will start the conversation. I'll
Yes.
jump in.
So
yeah, and I
if,
know
the,
what
guy,
you're
if the
saying.
guy's that good, let him sink or swim by himself.
Frank in the Bronx, what's up, buddy?
Hey guys, can you hear me all right?
We can, yeah.
Yeah, Kevin, listen, great guy, but all he does is blow shit up. That's his thing. He can't have anything good because he just doesn't. His whole comedy routine will be shit. He has to be in this shit all the time. I think it's what is part of his. I think his DNA. It's not a bad thing, but I think it's just the way it is. It's almost like, he's calling Artie a crack dealer, crackhead, whatever it is. But
He is.
This is what you like. This is your drug. This minutia that you get yourself into all the time is your drug.
I mean, actually, Frank does bring up a good point.
Frank
because
would make a good therapist from the Bronx. He gives you tough love from the streets.
He's right. And while Artie and his addiction to drugs has maybe cost him some work, your rage addiction is clearly costing you work. I mean, Riotcast,
3 days a month. Riotcast paid me nothing, and they pay me 3 days a month at Cumia.
Oh.
So it doesn't pay the bills. Sorry, Frank.
A guy like Seal, like sperm in his head all the time.
Your phone is crapping out, but you're basically saying that Kevin drinks cum. Fair enough. Thanks a lot.
I got it.
Matt Iseman is here. We're going to bring him in, too. Were you here last time Matt was here?
Yeah,
bring him in?
every time he's here, I'm here. Listen.
cool.
Frank's got a legitimate point. I try not to blow shit up, but I'm sick of eating show business shit.
So just be nice.
If I suck, just tell me to my face, and I hope they tell me to my face
No one
that I
thinks you
suck.
suck. The fact is, here's the problem.
Everybody loves you.
No one thinks you suck. If you suck, no one would ever hire you. You're very difficult, but you are really funny. So people put up with the fact that you're very difficult.
Just be nice like your brother.
That's a tribute, yes, exactly.
Now
No
you
one
really
fires
sound like
Neil.
my mom. Be nice like your brother.
Yeah.
You come up here and blow up Thanksgiving every year. I did get thrown out of the house one time because I complained about the fucking vegetables at Thanksgiving.
What was wrong with the vegetables?
They were just dry.
I get
What
it.
the fuck? You
Oh, my
gigantic
God.
fucking superhero.
Oh my God! Hey, hold on. Let me put the mic on.
Said was going to happen.
You're dressed like Bill Schultz.
Hey, that could not be a worse insult. How are you,
You
Kev?
gigantic superhero faggot.
I was just tweeting, going, I can't wait to hear the compliments I get from Jim and
That's a
Sam.
beautiful
and
suit.
happy Kevin
Oh,
Brennan.
look at this texture on the shirt.
Right?
Oh,
look
the
like-
detail.
Hey, wait a second. I don't want to hear anything, Mr. Tuxedo wearing WWE, man.
Hey, man.
You dress up when you're on TV.
You dress like a game show host in a dream segment. No, what
That's
is
a
the orange
beautiful
for?
suit.
That's a wild suit.
It's a Valentine's
It's
Day
red.
suit. So
Oh, Valentine's Day. Okay,
we've
yeah.
been we're doing some Megyn Kelly stuff for the Olympics. Akbar and I have been doing the 9 o'clock hour with Megyn Kelly, and so I just because I needed more attention.
Sure.
What am I going to learn to fly a helicopter or something?
Wait.
Some
Are
ridiculous
people in the
suits.
public watching you with this, or have you been
Yeah,
in like
we were just on this. So we did the two segments that
I would think
till
girls
like
would go nuts for that
9:15.
suit.
It's a wild suit.
Yeah,
Because they love red.
I'm
It's
newly
fire
single.
engine red.
I'm newly single, and so I'm desperately trying.
Do you know how easily you'll meet someone if you want to? A big, handsome,
well,
famous
this is
guy
right.
with a red suit.
I know.
Apparently,
You got
I will
a
tell you.
custom
Exactly.
pocket
You're,
scarf.
you're
know.
dressed like a dog
Pocket
dick.
thing.
A dog. These compliments are coming fast and furious. It is
You
someone.
see his shoes?
Oh yeah, I'm wearing my. These are the
Fucking
Shaun White
awesome.
They're
gold
incredible.
medal
You really,
shoes with
you
my
really, he
American
knows how to
flags.
play show business, doesn't he?
He's right.
He's likable. He plays the game.
He's not likable. Who, Sam? He's not likable.
No, this guy, Matt
Yeah,
Iseman.
Matt's likable.
Matty
Not
Ice.
No?
No, you hate him. incredible.
So wait, I because we were
Compound
working.
Media.
I know that's what I was wondering. Have you guys been covering it?
Yeah, because Bill Schultz got a show, so he quit.
Yeah.
But didn't they say yes to giving you 2 episodes?
Yeah, but they said yes to that before. They just say yes because
Oh,
it's
really?
easy.
Yeah.
Bullshit walks and money talks. I think I got that mixed up.
Bobby
but you're right.
Fleckman, you know, you quoting Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know what? Sometimes you gotta make a move. Are you coming over here to Jim and Sam?
No.
That was cold. There wasn't even a hesitation.
Well, we like
there.
Kevin, but he belongs over there. It's
Yeah.
a
We
more-
were I was trying to explain that
He
like
belongs over there.
Kevin Brennan is a product into and of himself.
I'm
Right.
an acquired taste.
Yeah, but it needs to be presented as the Kevin Brennan product, which is why you can't
Right.
just. He wants to be put into
Well,
everywhere.
and
Any
I
show
think-
business job he thinks that he can do.
I want to do a show with Dave Landau. Where everything says, I go, that's not even funny.
I think you need to pair with that guy who. There's a really funny guy who created Chappelle's show. Who?
Oh my God!
he's
Not
good.
Honestly,
here's a hack, and not on Valentine's Day. I got a good psychic now. He's blind. He's an alcoholic, and he's I like him. His name is Skeevy Wonder. They call him. But Brian McCarthy, I'd do a shout out to him because he's probably listening. He's a big fan of your guys.
Thank you.
Great.
I have to say, the amount of radio drama that you gentlemen have witnessed over the past couple years has been.
Past 17 years. I've done nothing but be in radio fights
All the
for
years.
17 years.
You've never been in a fight, though.
Radio fights, not fist fights.
No. But I mean,
Yeah,
I've
you're
always
never
felt
you're
like
never
you maintain.
you're never the protagonist
Yeah,
or
you're
the
never in an
antagonist.
argument with anybody
Until
on the air.
finally, once you go off after decades of provocation, have I ever
Matt,
heard you? You
let me tell
maintain
you
your
something.
cool.
You're right. Jim is never in arguments on the air. Just don't bring up D.L. Hughley.
Yeah, we've had
Well, Jesse Ventura too.
Oh, don't bring up or Chris Jericho.
or other radio. Yeah.
But those
What's that
ones were
lady?
all,
What's
those
that lady
ones they
radio
all
shows?
started.
Which one?
Well, Jocktober, I give you.
No, I
but-
mean other radio shows that like whether it was all these Florida guys we used to fight with, or
Oh,
Maxwell
Bubba.
when he was in
Right.
Cleveland,
Mancow.
or Mancow, or fucking Lex and Terry, who and I like all those guys. Now it's so weird. I've gone down their shows. We've
Yeah.
had so many weird fights with other radio shows.
Oh, yeah, I
over the
think
Nancy
decades.
Grace.
But it's been interesting.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember.
I feel like in your 20s and 30s, and particularly when terrestrial radio was probably much more, there was more of that Howard Stern, Killer Be Killed.
Yeah.
But as you've matured, I think, you guys have become friends with Artie, or you always were friends
I
with
love
Artie.
being Artie, always gonna
the
love me, yeah.
crossover, but still. And yet, still the drama with the guy. And now I feel bad bringing it up because people get mad at me when I say it, and I'm just a fan. Who from the outside was just upset. People are like, "What did he ever do to you?" I'm like, "Well, he ruined the radio show that I enjoyed for 20 years." But it has spun off and created now more shows. But it's just sad
What
to
are
see
you
this
talking
guy-
about? Artie?
You say for
Or
leaving
somebody
Howard.
else?
You say Artie for leaving Howard.
No, Opie.
Oh,
No.
Opie for leaving. Oh, yeah.
Opie for blowing up for
Everything?
It sounded like he really didn't fight for Anthony, and then he alienated you, which you were carrying him, and now he's kind of alienated
God.
Sirius.
Well, he and I were. I'll say this, and to be really truthful.
Oh my God.
No, you don't think so? I mean,
No, me and him.
No, I don't-
this is just as a fan here, not as a radio expert.
We alienated each other. I
He's
was
like throwing red meat to the fans.
Oh my God.
but he's right.
And
But
the best part is Sam's the biggest shit stirrer of all, who just sit there and go, "Tell me more, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me more."
I'm the shit stirrer going because you carried him. And
but I say this, I was difficult too because we didn't
Yeah.
like each other after. Like
And you
I would
gotta
be in
deal
cunt
with
moods when
it,
I came
right.
in. Yeah,
The piss mist.
I was part of that shitty vibe, but I do think I was funny.
I thought the show was good even when you guys didn't get along.
I wasn't
Honestly, I thought the
enjoying
show
it
was
though.
good.
Right.
I enjoy working with Sam. Like, I really
Yeah,
think
but you
I'm
were
fun.
still funny, and Opie was still good. I
You
thought.
could tell though. You could hear the tension and just the thing that again, as a fan, as a longtime listener, that I would hear is when he would stomp on the punchlines, or when he would stomp on Chip, or when he was like he didn't like.
And
I
then
think
as soon-
not being the
if
funny one.
Matt Matt saw Opie outside, he'd be like, "Opie, I love you. I love these pop up videos that you're
Probably.
doing.
I'm very nice.
You're such a fucking schmoozing kiss ass cunt."
I love his anger. I think.
Do you?
Yeah.
Hire me on your network, you piece of shit.
Listen, I'm trying not to get fired.
Let me get a red suit. We'll walk around Times Square.
I'm going
all
to show
day.
up at Megan Kelly tomorrow. They'll be like, "We heard
Megan
what Kevin
Kelly, please
Brennan
smell
said."
her pussy for me.
Oh boy, there it
No,
is.
because that pussy's gonna smell
I'm
delicious.
unemployed.
I guess not his fault that Kevin is saying with
Her pussy's gonna smell like standards and practices.
you don't need that, do you? That's a bit much.
I'm just happy to be here with you guys.
You're gonna be near Megan Kelly.
We have been, yeah. So we're
just
doing
said
it
he
for
was
2
doing
weeks
the
for the
show.
Olympics. So we did. That's where I just came from.
And what'd
We're
she
doing it with
smell like?
Megyn Kelly. I'm not going to comment on what she smells like, but I will say this: one of like immediately from the second she saw us, and again, obviously there's a lot of pressure and expectation on her, and she is the big money person there. Could not have been nicer, sweeter, and came up and just has been a dream to work with. So again, I don't know. I've been completely impressed with her, and she's a pro.
Dave Landau.
And
I'll
honestly,
say
what's
that.
funny too?
Would you do Chip's show, by the way, to digress?
Fucking heartbeat.
Oh,
I'm
okay. He would be great on Chip's
I would
show.
love to have you on Chip's show because I didn't know if you like Chip or not. But
Well, I thought you thought I was like Lamar or something here.
What are you, fucking Daffy Duck or something?
Home run, take us out, piggy boy. Oh, sorry, Dad.
First of all,
Yeah,
who
of
don't
course
like,
I would in a
who don't-
heartbeat.
who don't like Chip? Who don't like Chip?
By the way,
Everybody likes
Chip
Chip.
With ears.
is blowing up. Sam,
huge.
you're gonna be replaced.
But
He'll just go
I
off
would-
and do his own
No,
show.
I'm going
I
to be
would be-
replaced.
Yeah.
Norton and Chip doing a show together. That'd be great.
I would love that. I would be perfectly fine watching Jim continue to spiral down this this lost Chip multiple
childhood.
I said
personality.
it. I know I said it last time I was here, but I know you're a fan of Gervais. But it reminds
Yes.
me of Extras when Gervais got the sitcom, and he's
right.
like, "Oh, you having a laugh at me?" And he walks behind like the sitcom thing, and he's just heartbroken. Like, I've become this thing that I
Yep.
never wanted to
Are you
be,
having a laugh?
and everyone loves it.
Yeah.
and you're like, but Chip
He got what he wanted.
he
Yes,
got what
exactly.
he wanted, but it was like at what cost?
Yep.
But
Yeah,
not-
that is what Chip is like. It's more successful than I am, and tickets sell faster.
And dude, have people started yelling out like
Started.
Yeah.
The minute they
boo you?
dude. I have to tell them I'll do Chip at the end
Chip at
because
the-
I can't follow him.
Oh, my
I do
God.
Chip in the last 10 minutes of every show. I have
Chip's
to.
a monster.
I know.
He's a monster.
I got to bring the wig though. It feels weird doing it like Jim anymore.
Right.
I don't like doing him on stage because I got to bring the wig.
You're like Dame Edna. You're becoming this
Can you
character.
just black out and then black out the stage and then just put the wig on real quick or something?
I have to figure out a way to do it. I've done it once.
Is this
It
going to
was
become like a one-man show?
I think it'd be cool if you turned around and then turned back around and you were
with the wig on?
Yeah.
I should fucking put on all rock and roll, and they'll see my head go back and
Right.
the wig fly, and they'll go,
Yeah.
"Oh fuck, what's happening?"
It is. It's like Kiss.
That'd be
You
a good.
You gonna do a Chip one man show?
No.
No, he'd do multiple characters. He'd have Uncle Paul in there and Ted Sheckler.
Uncle Paul tends to lose some of the audience.
Yeah, but I don't care. It's fun
Uncle
to do.
Paul has got to be difficult in this climate.
No, because that's
Uncle
fake.
Paul, there's never been a climate where Uncle Paul was easy. He's a child molester.
Yeah.
It's never
Yeah,
been
but
like
he's funny about
in
it.
the
there was a
60s,
time-
in the
Funny
60s,
child
it would have been
molester.
appropriate.
Yeah, we could be in the 60s you could be an admitted child molester.
This is what's so interesting to me is even for you guys it's serious where when I remember it was like high voltage, the virus, you guys are say anything.
High voltage.
And now how you can lose your career over a tweet.
Just by raping a woman.
Just I mean,
That'll
it's
do
not
it.
that easy, right?
But you do have to think of it
Although,
too.
I mean,
because
like 10 years ago, we almost lost the show because a homeless man
homeless
was
Charlie
crashing.
almost cost us the
Yeah.
show. Yeah, I mean, not him, but the
And-
reaction.
and
to him.
how amazing is that too when you're like, we literally brought someone on and we're now being held accountable for what someone else has said on an unfiltered radio show that is behind a paywall.
That's the thing. So people you do have to
Paywall,
kind of be
Kevin.
careful.
Paywall.
And if you're not careful, you get fired. And if you get fired, then what? It's like you got
There's no recourse. Right? Well, the podcast is what's amazing to me is that you have podcasts are intriguing.
How long is this
and-
Kiss Ass Festival going
Well,
on
he's
for?
making a good
Holy
point.
That is
shit.
a
I
good
just want to
question.
irritate you, Brennan, so you can go off again. It's the best.
No, it's so frustrating. Every time every time I'm here, he comes in and he fucking wins everybody. Why don't you just run for Senate and get it over with, you piece of shit?
I've never seen anything like that. In that one move, it was Matt Iseman, like in a nutshell. You go like you piece, you cunt. Why don't you stop kiss-assing everybody? And he just turns around and he goes, "I'm just trying to get you riled up because I love it so much.
I
It's
know.
great." Like
That's when he's at his best. I mean,
So
like, is
gorgeous,
there
too.
ever
He is
happy Kevin? That'd be so
What,
boring.
have you ever disappointed a woman? Like, hella, do you fuck
I'm
good,
newly
too?
single.
Do you,
I'm sure he does.
do you have a big fucking dick and you pleasure them well?
So I'm on
blunt.
dating apps.
You have a
I
big
just
fucking
started
dog dick?
Here's what I'm going to guess. Matt's an 8x6 guy. Matt's an 8x6. Matt's a giant
A
guy,
chode.
Yeah.
and I'm going to say he's an 8x6.
One of the
long and
fans, and I'm
wide.
embarrassed. I can't get his name. Someone just tweeted because I spilled champagne on myself on the way out here. NBC paid,
Sure.
and like I spilled the whole, and so I took a picture of like my and it was the crotch. But then one of your fans just tweeted something out at, look at the bulge, and then had an animated me dancing over my own dick.
I could see you actually having sex with somebody, and then you like go turbo dick. You know what I mean? Like you're pleasuring her, and then like a rocket ship. You go like, if you really like it, you're like, I'm gonna fucking make this woman crazy. Like that's how I put you on a pedestal.
I used to be so much more enthusiastic. Now I'm just happy to be there anymore, Kevin.
Anything you want to plug? I'm kidding.
So wait, are you doing your own podcast now? I'm sorry.
No,
if
I have my own podcast, but I have MLC podcast still. But it's like, listen, listen. You know how show business is. You get a lot of disrespect, so I don't want to get disrespect at this point in my career for a part-time job. So I'm saying like, so I don't know. I didn't know Dave Lando and Cumia were roommates, and like I didn't know all this shit was going down.
Roommates. He just likes doing radio with him better than you.
Kevin will interpret certain things as disrespect that are, and certain things that aren't disrespect. They're just because they're having other problems, or because Anthony happens to like Dave Landau a lot more.
I thought Landau was a good compliment to Cumia, and I think what I'm saying is, I think like
better than Kevin?
No, I like Kevin on his own or with people there to rile him up. Like Kevin doesn't need anyone else.
Don't get me started.
That's why I like burning bridges. You just came in,
but the combination of Anthony and Dave Landau,
it's magical.
That's the combination.
It's a magical combination.
Listen, I tweeted. I'm going on Anthony's show tomorrow, and I tweeted it, and then someone goes, "But when's Dave Landau coming on?" And Dave Landau's like, "I'm coming next week," and everyone's like, "Yay, Dave!"
I think today's the first day that like any of us said, like Dave Landau's name has been said so many times. None of us knew who he was before.
I'll be happy to have Dave Landau on. I hear he's very good. So I've been more than happy to have him in.
He don't even live here. I think he lives in Detroit or some shit.
When he's here,
we're gonna find out if he's who's better.
If he's available.
Yeah, we'll fly him in.
We're doing a who's better.
You should get to an hour. Give him a half hour. Give me a half hour. I'll pay for my half hour, like a fucking like one of those corporate things.
Like you're buying a commercial,
like an infomercial.
I do. Part of me wants to have them both in at the same time.
I feel like
part of you, all of me wants that, and Anthony. Right? Who makes Anthony laugh more?
Wouldn't Anthony love the awkwardness? Choose Anthony.
Oh my God! What I love that.
Yeah, it's like The Bachelor.
Yeah, we should do that.
I feel like you would be the devil
Anthony,
with Anthony,
Dave, and
though.
fucking Anthony, Dave, and Kevin would be great in the morning.
Oh, they'd be great.
He would be the devil, though. I feel like you would get Anthony riled up in his Alex Jones mode, and Dave kind of keeps him more the happy Jim, Paul McCartney's
like the better
wife having a miscarriage jokes.
What did you just say?
The show's better with Dave.
He's referencing an old joke.
I know, and that's the other thing.
He's referencing 1,800 jokes, Anthony.
That's the other thing. I come in and people are like, stop with the references. I'm like, no, I'm not.
I love it.
I'm a fanboy. I'm genuinely a fanboy. But I would say that's what I like. I think Artie's done a great job.
Oh, come on.
You don't think so?
No, I think he sucks a big fucking heroin dick.
He's funny when he's on the show, though.
Kevin earlier was saying
I talk shit about Artie.
I'm not saying as a stand-up. I've never seen his stand-up.
No, I talk shit about Artie because what can he do to me? You know what I mean? Like, what can he do to me?
He was saying earlier before you got here, he was saying Artie's a fat junkie.
Like if it was Jimmy,
I don't think anyone argues that. I think Artie's the first to agree he's a fat junkie. He said he's not long to live. But what I like about him is, I think he brings out that machine gun Anthony that you guys used to do, Jim.
Yeah.
Where there are very few people I've met. Like, I look at you, Jay Moore, and Artie.
I'm right here.
No, you're a rant. I love Brennan. You're a beast.
You're great.
But I think the machine gun mind of back and forth.
Well, let's compliment the people that aren't here.
You're great, but
hold on, I want to hear more about machine gun minds.
Just the way, like, Edmund Fitzgerald, or those things where you guys could go for 10 minutes.
What the fuck are you talking about?
That's a fucking great bit.
I appreciate as someone who's done stand up and who thinks I'm clever. You guys, your minds operate at a different speed, and when it gets going as a fan, it's one of those things where you're like, how many fucking times can you tag this joke and you keep going?
You think Matt's packing?
I think Matt's an 8x6 guy, but here's my problem. Here's Matt's big insecurity. It tapers at the top.
It does.
That's what I'm guessing.
You got a pyramid dick?
A pyramid dick. It allows it to get in. This is how Megyn Kelly's going to love this segment.
You're a doctor too, right?
Yeah.
So you know how to make your dick work better. Do you learn? Do you learn little tricks at med school?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Most
you
of
can
them
get
revolve
meds.
around
You can get meds if
propofol.
you need them. Can you write yourself
I can't.
meds?
They won't let me write meds anymore.
No.
It's
But
been
if
too
you're,
long.
if you're
Practicing.
I practiced. I was doing residency. I am still licensed as a general practitioner, but nobody will authorize scripts anymore for insurance reasons. Even if I wrote them for myself, they wouldn't.
but if you're a
fulfill
regular
them.
doctor, you can write your own medicine.
You can as long as it's not a controlled substance. So you couldn't write for anything, any opioids, anything that's class 1 controlled. So you can't write like for any pain medications, anything fun. But you could write for antibiotics or
Because no one
Lipitor.
gets hooked on them. Somebody, Ollie has a question. We will answer your question, Ollie. What's up?
Yes, my question was, I don't understand the conflict between E-Rock and the show. like sometimes I'm not able to listen to the entire show because I have a job. Shout out to Neil Brennan. Hey, Neil, I really enjoyed Three Mics as well, man. Really good show.
It's the wrong Brennan, man. It's the
Oh, it's the asshole Brennan?
Yeah,
Oh, my bad.
We have the other Brennan in studio.
Now, hold on. You're asking about.
So what else do you do? I don't know. What do you do? You
Why are
carry
you calling it attacking Kevin?
Hey, motherfucker, anytime on 6th Avenue. I'm sick of these fucking
Hey,
people
man,
calling
I love
in and
you, man.
trolling
I
on
just wanted
Twitter.
to piss you
I want
off.
to just fight people.
You should.
Listen, I love you, man. I just wanted to piss you off. I think you're phenomenal. And that fight with the Cuban dude was some of the best podcasts I've ever listened to. I just wanted to just piss you off for just a second.
Hold on, Ollie. Do you want to ask about E-Rock?
Yes.
I got a text from E-Rock. I wasn't going to talk about it on the show. He texted me yesterday in the afternoon. And he goes, hey, care to do dinner sometime?
If it's on you.
And I wrote back, definitely, I would love to. Then he wrote back, cool, let me know whenever's good for you. And I wrote, early next week, ? And he wrote, perfect. I leave for D.C. on Wednesday, so Monday or Tuesday works. And I wrote, yes, that will be fun.
Oh, I'm glad you brought us through.
Thanks, Ollie.
I'm glad you brought us through the whole conversation.
Did you hear that?
See you, buddy. Thank you.
Did you hear Louis C.K. disinvited me to his Super Bowl party? Speaking of text.
I get that.
Did he?
He invited me to a Super Bowl party on the Saturday before the Super Bowl because he wanted an Eagles fan at his party.
Okay.
So I asked my wife, I go, you want to go? And she goes, yeah. So I said, yeah, so definitely want to go. Can I bring my wife and kids? Because they're Eagles fans too. He goes, yeah, that's not cool. He goes, I don't really want kids. He goes, I just got rid of my kids. So then,
so you have to go by yourself, yeah.
So then, but my kids, they were Eagles fans. They wore Eagles jerseys. They knew everything about.
He doesn't
like
want kids at his party.
I got it. So then,
He got it. Okay,
and then my wife was like, she tried to get a babysitter, and the kids were like, no, this is like a big day. It's a fucking family day, Super Bowl day. So then I was watching a game with my kids, and you know, I figure it's going to be a competitive game. It'll go to the end of the game. So I text him right before the half. I go, can I come over just by myself? He goes, nah.
Wait, he said no?
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
But I could see. I mean, I could see.
Could you, man?
No,
you
no.
fucking cunt.
Given his situation,
Jesus Christ. Do you ever take my side? You take everybody's side who's not here?
Here's
right.
what I was going to say: is
right,
Jim, I don't want to put you in an awkward position. I know you got your buds with Louis, but maybe where he feels it would be awkward for him to have women around who may be. You know, given what's gone on recently with him, he may feel like, you know what, I just want guys around.
No, he said it was okay. Me and my wife. Me and my wife was okay. Not the kids.
He's saying no kids.
Okay.
Yeah. And so then you said, "Can I come over by myself?"
He said, "Can I?" I said, "I'm going to come over at halftime because I figure it's a long halftime show. I don't really care to see it."
Did he know it'd be just you?
Yeah. And then he goes, yeah, the party ended up being a dud. Nobody showed up, and he goes, everyone's leaving at halftime, which I know is a lie because nobody leaves anything at fucking halftime because that's when all the women want to watch Justin Timberlake, and then before you know it, the second half starts.
Maybe he only had a few people there.
Did you get invited?
What's that?
Did you get invited?
No, I haven't talked to him.
I think somebody
Really?
put the
Yes.
I think somebody put the kibosh on him that like maybe
here's what I think.
somebody who was there didn't like me.
Here's what I think happened.
Somebody.
Dave Landau.
Here's what I think happened. I think that the party was actually going better than he expected.
Probably.
And then we're
I don't need Kevin.
they were
Brennan
like,
it was
ruining
hot.
it.
I think it was a good time. I think that some A-list people showed up. And Louis was like, oh yeah, I kind of forgot how many really important friends that I have. And then you text him, and he's like, no,
Plus,
of course
the funny part was whenever I text him, like if he texts me, because I texted him last week, I go, whatever, just I hadn't reached out to him, so I reached out to him. I said, I just texted you, so when I see you, I don't have to say I was going to text you, you know. And then he gets back to me like 24 hours later. When I said, can I come at halftime? Like within the minute, he's like, no.
Right.
He was like, no, don't come over.
Because he wanted to make sure, like, no.
Yeah, don't
understand
even.
now. It's a no.
Yeah,
Yes.
so I think maybe had a woman there. I was going to cock block, or maybe Rachel Feinstein was there. Somebody who I talk a lot of shit about, and he was just like, don't come over.
Or maybe people were just leaving the party. Maybe it was
Nobody leaves at halftime.
That's
It was a
true.
close game.
I've never heard about it.
Nobody's ever left. Nobody's ever left the party at halftime.
That is true.
He basically implied that not a lot of people showed up, and I know that's not true because I know everybody showed up because everybody wants. I just want to see who was going to be there and what his house looked like.
There were important people there, and he didn't want you to embarrass
You never
them.
seen his house? It's nice.
I wanted to see where he lives, and then if shit goes down, I could always stalk him or fucking burn his house down.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Well, you can't
I might
come
put his.
over.
I might
can't
give
imagine
his,
why he said no.
I might give his phone number out just to fucking get even.
That's smart.
Because I thought he would have changed his phone number after all the fucking trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? But he has
Didn't
the same number.
Anthony invite you to his Super Bowl party?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
You know who he invited?
Dave Landau.
Dave Landau.
I think he sent a car to the airport for Dave.
Yeah, he did.
So Jimmy, wait,
he did have a party for real?
Oh,
You know that for a
big
fact?
one. A big
I'm
one.
in
He
on
invited
that.
me. I didn't go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you? So have you not contacted Louis, or is it just? Are you kind of giving him space, or do you
Yeah,
not
when
wanna-
he wants to talk, we'll talk. It's
Yeah.
like, when things happen and people want to take some time to themselves,
Right.
we'll talk. I have no doubt we'll talk. You know?
Right.
But yeah.
Oh, I think that's why I did it when I was on last time. I think you said it. And I was like, I'm because I know I'll run into it at the cellar, and I'm not really tight with him, but I became more friendly once when I had kids, I would go to him for advice, or when I was having problems with my marriage, or
Has he been? Is he going to the cellar? Is he going to the cellar? Is he
I have not seen him.
No, he's not been there yet. So I just wanted to see. Who was at the party, and then he's like, "Don't come over. Don't come over. It's a bad idea."
We should. You want to take a break?
We have to take a break. Yeah, we have I guess Reed's Travis is whispering. So everybody's staying, right? You're staying?
I'll
You're
stay,
staying?
yeah.
All right, we will be back to wrap up very shortly. Don't go. What are you plugging?
I'm going to be at the House of Comedy this weekend in Arizona. So
Whoa.
some Jim and Sam fans want to come out. I'd be
You
honored.
wearing that suit?
I'll be wearing this suit. Kevin.
I'm at McGuire's, and I'd be doubly honored if we got some Jim and Sam fans out there. Friday, one show. Saturday's 2 shows, and I'll be wearing my best red faggot suit.
What's wrong? What's wrong with McGuire's? It's a great club.
No, I'm just saying that's where I'll be. But he's always like, I'm humble in the fucking fake humbleness of LA. I'd be thrilled if some Jim and Sam fans made it out there.
Nobody
in
who watches
Arizona.
American Ninja Warrior goes, I want to see that guy do comedy. So I come on here so people know
He's
that at least
excited.
I'm around funny people.
And he has a sense of humor.
Right.
He has a
He's
sense of
fun
humor.
guy.
And
He's excited about doing comedy.
And
He's
he's
I'm
a
just
handsome
happy to be
doctor.
here.
And if you're choking on a chicken wing, he can save your life.
yeah.
Yeah, he's a handsome
Are
doctor.
you a little jealous of Matt?
I'm a little jealous of everybody.
Yeah.
And even this guy, I don't even know who he is. I'm jealous of him.
He's full-time.
'Cause he's got a steady gig.
Oh, that's Dave Landau. All right, we'll be right back. Yeah.
Have you been covering Kim Jong-un's sister as you cover the Olympics?
We're doing kind of the lighthearted stuff. The 9 o'clock hour of the Today Show is much more of the fun element, not the one who owns slaves and who is possibly related to a dictator. We don't tackle that.
I just love the backlash on it because at first, she was there with Mike Pence in the box, and she was like side eyeing him, and she just looked regal, I guess. And so there are all these people, there's some people in the media that were writing articles about how, yes, this is North Korea's equivalent to Ivanka Trump, and she's so glamorous.
Right.
And there were all these people on social media going, yes, slay bitch, yes, queen.
Right.
And it took a day for people to point out, what are you doing? North Korea is way worse than anything that's ever happened
Right.
here. She's in charge of enslaving her people and starving them.
Big deal. So did we. I'm tired of fucking hearing about how terrible North Korea is. We're friends with shitheads all over the globe, and all of a sudden Kim Jong-un's a problem.
Isolationist Jim is coming out.
But you know what I mean? We've been complete twats throughout history. Everybody else is a twat, so let's stop pretending that we shouldn't talk to them.
North
Fuck
Korea's
'em.
significantly worse.
They suck, but so what? China stinks too. Fucking Saudi Arabia fucking cuts heads off in the middle of the town. Fuck them all.
Well, and to see this thing of where people say, okay, is this a softening of relations to have North and South Korea having a women's hockey team together, and then other people saying that this is endorsing it or condoning it. And again, it's what you said of, well, either we're trying to improve relations or we're cutting it off, in which case we're, just saying, fuck you, we're trying to get rid of communism.
Are we friends with Russia? Didn't they?
Well, that's a lot of controversy. That's a loaded question.
Didn't they fund the fucking the North Vietnamese, and didn't we fucking fund Afghans who were fighting them? So let's stop pretending.
I mean, it's like Jocktober. Like sometimes it just happened in the past, and you move on.
You move forward.
Jocktober.
That was a very famous bit on the show.
It's a
staple of the Opie and Anthony show.
I know, Kevin.
Yeah. Wow. No, because I feel bad that I didn't listen to in the heyday, because I never was up in the morning and I don't have a car, so
we played all day.
We played all day.
That's what I meant to say.
We replayed all day. It was a very, very funny show.
Hey, you were on Celebrity Apprentice with Arnold.
Yes.
I was never on it.
I wasn't talking to you.
Yeah.
Did you have you heard what Piers Morgan is saying about his time with Omarosa on Celebrity Apprentice?
She said that to him. I thought he was saying that she said that about Trump.
No.
That she would say he was gay.
No,
and that she would
he said, Piers went on Tucker yesterday on Fox News, and he said that when they were doing Celebrity Apprentice, because they were talking about what Omarosa was saying on Big Brother, and like kind of trashing her, and he said that when they were on Celebrity Apprentice together, Omarosa said they should have a showmance, and he was like, "What are you talking about?" And she was like, "We should have sex like for the show,
right?
And then we can do well here, and we can have a spin-off show. We can do all that."
She's calculated.
And he was like, "No, I don't want to have sex with you." And she gave the Sandy Kane retort, which was, "What are you, gay?"
Yeah.
Wait, you want to fuck Arnold?
I've got Piero down here.
She wanted to fuck Piers Morgan.
But that was Trump, the Trump era. Yeah, so I met Omarosa at a reality event, and she's very nice. And my buddy is working on Celebrity Big Brother, where she is right now, and just says, this is a woman who has a plan. She's going in there. She's got a book coming out, and she didn't go in there randomly. She was, she just gotten out of the White House. It was a week.
Yeah,
from the
crazy.
White House to
it's really
Big Brother. And
that's where we live, and nobody's scratching their heads at it.
Well,
you know what I mean? It's just like, of course, yeah. Omarosa, she was in the White House.
Look,
now she's on Big Brother. Of course.
I'm not being holier than thou. Obviously, I went on Apprentice because I wanted people to know who I was. It didn't quite work out.
You didn't work in the White House.
I did not work in the White House a week before.
When were you on Apprentice?
I was on the most recent and the last season that clearly you didn't watch. I freaking loved him.
Who do you hate? Who do you hate? You love everybody. You like Omarosa.
Okay, so here's
what
I would say. When I get asked that question,
Kevin Brennan?
I tend to give the benefit of the doubt. Like, I've been a dick a lot of times, and I'm sure it's caught on camera.
I can imagine. You're a dick all the time, right? What'd you do? Not help a lady cross the street one time? That was wrong.
You meet someone, and they're an asshole to you. Like, I don't know, you're a big unit, right? He wouldn't take a photo with you, but
Brandy
you don't know.
You remember everything.
Know. I know, it's awful, and I always bring it up. But it's one of the things where, sometimes you assume the worst, but I'm also like, who knows, maybe he just found out, his mom had cancer or something. So I'm like, unless someone is a repeated asshole to me,
sure,
I tend to give the benefit of the doubt.
You'll give them one shot at being a dick because it could be a bad day.
Because I'm sure there are lots of people who will say I've been, a moody little bitch, and they're probably right. But I think you try to be
moody.
Nice.
He goes between happy and joyous.
Happy and joyous.
But who gets under your skin?
I even like that.
What religion?
Like when I went on Apprentice, I knew I was the least famous person. So there was a thing of Vince Neil's there from Motley Crue, and at one point he and John Lovitz are yelling at me, or Boy George is yelling at me. But I'm also like, yeah, you've been famous for 30 years. You played, sold 100 million records.
Sure.
What were they yelling at you for?
You've been rocking all over town.
Like we made him I made Boy George wait for an hour for a shoot, and it was just because these tasks, you actually have to do the tasks, and it actually is harder work than you would think. And so you're trying to organize it, and Boy George is having this tantrum, and you just kind of are like, well, am I going to go, no, you know what? Fuck you, you diva. Or are you going to go, okay. First of all, I know I'm on camera.
Right.
And I know I'm the easiest one to get fired.
Yes. Right.
So you're kind of like, I can put up with that. So nobody really got under my skin, because you also know it's TV, and I'm in reality.
But who sticks in your craw?
Have you ever hit a woman?
No, but I did have my nose broken by one.
Who gets your goat? All right, what happened? Who
gets
broke your
my
nose?
goat?
How'd she break it? Was it with her spine?
A girl I was dating.
Yeah, sitting on her.
It was with her big, enormous penis, Jim.
Please, I've had my throat broken.
A girl I was dating who I'd met on, like, I went through a phase where when I was younger, when I was internet dating and not looking for a relationship, I was looking for fun.
Whoa.
And I met a girl who was fun and we were having a good time. And then she found out I was still on the service, but I wasn't using it. I'm like, I'm fine having fun with you. She thought, you're cheating on me. So she starts swinging at me and smashed my nose. And that was the end of the relationship. Yeah.
Can't you show her that you have no activity on
I tried to.
On the app?
I tried to, but she's like, I don't believe you.
She was busy punching you in the face.
Was she Hispanic?
No.
Because they're fucking crazy.
No.
Are they?
Yeah, my wife's Hispanic.
So you can say that.
Yeah, I can say it
you
even.
can say
Yeah.
that.
Has she ever punched you in the face?
She's threatened me so many times.
But she's never hit you.
No, she's like pushed me. You know what I mean? She's never like
Why'd she
slapped
push
me.
you?
I don't know. I mean,
Sure you do.
they're fucking nuts, man. Happy Valentine's Day, honey.
Yeah, right.
No, but they're real crazy.
Yeah.
One of the things that gets my goat, I think, are the comics, I think, who've become more social justice warriors after kind of having earned.
You talking about Jim specifically?
Not Jim, totally. Yeah. Right. People who don't support other comedians' freedom of speech, because it's the
Sarah
South Park.
Silverman.
It's the thing of either everything's fair game or nothing's fair game, I think. And to say, well, you could say this, you can't say this, or you could say it because you have you can't say that, Kevin. No, I have a Hispanic wife. Oh. Okay, now you can say
But you
make
can't
a
even
Hispanic joke.
that doesn't even give you a pass anymore.
I think it's one of those things of where
I am
as
sick
white
of
men we can't really say it, but I think it should be
I am sick of the West Coast comics with all their political fucking
You don't need to
How's the
generalize
seller?
like that.
Has it changed?
No, it doesn't feel like it's changed.
No, but you see these West Coast like Patton Oswalt, come on, man. You're
like Patton.
you're a Keebler elf. You know what I mean? Like,
You're
But
just
he
making fun of him
hasn't
for
changed
being
as a
short?
comedian, though.
no, but he's like just all this fucking SJW, right? And I was just watching Cumia, and I'm drinking a Kool-Aid a little bit over there.
You watch a lot of Cumia.
And,
huh?
Sure do.
And no, he's talking
All he
about,
watches.
Sarah said she wants to eat her fucking aborted baby, and it's just pathetic to me. Talk tough. That's why I said he's fucking trolls on Twitter. Like, just meet me. I'd rather just fight a fucking dude. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, you're a
just
comedian,
fight.
so of course you're just
Irish.
fight people.
No, I'd rather just fight instead of all this I'm a tough guy on Twitter, and it's like everybody's a tough guy. It's embarrassing to me.
But I also think some of the people, half the people, they would say that, and then you'd go, oh fuck you, and they'd be like, oh, no, actually, I'm a huge fan. I just wanted to get your attention, and you're like, I don't know that all these people who are trolling always believe what they're saying so much as they know the negative responses tend to garner more from you.
True, Kevin.
You're
been
more
talking
likely
about
to
it for 2
respond to a
hours now.
negative
To a
response.
troll, like a troll.
Yes.
A troll. People will troll you because they know, someone says something nice. You
No,
don't
but like
reply.
When
Sarah-
in reality,
Sarah
you attract more
Silverman-
bees with honey.
Sarah Silverman,
that
Sarah Silverman is a fucking college dropout, and so
Oh,
she's
no.
she's not
Dump out of that.
No, she's not a political fucking expert. She didn't go to Harvard fucking
But don't you think
School of
she's
Government.
Don't you think she's been out of college long enough? She could have done some research.
And you could just say Harvard.
School of Government.
Yeah, what's the School of
What would
Government?
Dave Landau have said? He would have fucking
It would have been quick.
cleaned that up.
It would have been quick.
He would have
No,
tagged something Anthony was saying.
I'm saying all because you're famous, because Sarah's famous. All these people are like I'll see Sarah tweet, and within 39 seconds, she has like 2,000 likes. I'm like, hey, do they sign up? Can you sign up to automatically of someone's tweet?
Are you just mad because somebody famous?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but I'm saying
It's just jealousy.
they act like Sarah's an expert. Sarah knows what she knows. Like most people are self-educated. They know what they know. They don't know the different broad spectrum of intelligence, right? You're a doctor. You know what I mean? You have to kind of know different aspects of.
I
You
have
can't
no
just know
problem with
one
people
side and be
having
like,
their-
I'm right because I know one side inside and out. Patton Oswalt.
But she's just explaining her opinion. Who cares what she thinks?
I have no problem.
She fucked her way to the top. I wish I could do Dice Clay. Oh,
But who cares? If she says things and people agree with her, I don't agree with her tweets. So I don't care what she says.
Right. I have
Yeah,
no
I don't-
problem with
it doesn't
that
matter
as
to
long
me.
as they don't long as they don't then condemn other comedians.
Yeah.
Have your opinion, but don't come after someone else for something they've done. Because I think it's
I
that
wish
thing
I
of
had my fucking boxing gloves. gloves on, I would kick you with a
punch me?
fucking
Oh,
right
Jesus.
cross.
He was right.
Why would you need gloves if you're
That'd be
gonna
a
kick
terrible
me?
move. That'd be a terrible move.
You'd hit him
No,
right
just
now.
I just want to see how he reacts when he gets
He
really.
wouldn't punch you. He would probably just slap you.
I would
He would slap
sit
you.
on you.
He would take
I
out
just
his
have a lot of
fucking big
mass.
dick and fucking just.
If Kevin Brennan punched you in the face right now, would you hit him back?
I got punched in the face for a TV show, and
He's like Larry King with all these stories.
I know.
Who punched you in the face on TV?
It was a boxer. It was like a 119-pound professional boxer. It was like one of those. It was a super slow-mo camera. So there's like an image of me getting punched, and it hurt.
Did you get knocked down?
It hurt. No, I didn't.
Did he jab you?
I
Threw a
think
jab?
He threw a jab. I think he kind of pulled it a little bit because
Sure.
he knew.
But it's still-
also, again, I have rheumatoid arthritis. Like if you haven't
Whatever
noticed,
it takes to get the bitches.
I have to rotate. I have to rotate around. I have no neck flexibility, and I think he
that's
saw
great.
that too. And he's like, "I'll break. I might break your neck if I really punch you
Why
hard."
do you have
So,
no neck flexibility? I know
so-
how I've injured mine, but how have you hurt yours?
Rheumatoid arthritis. So I have an autoimmune disease where my body attacks itself, causing inflammation. Tends to be in the joints. So like
that
the
sucks.
neck and back.
That does suck. I'm sorry.
It's the one part of me that still gets stiff, Kevin.
My grandfather has rheumatoid arthritis,
Oh, really?
but the only reason I know is because when my grandmother died, my mom, he's not a sensitive man, and my mom, like,
I like him already.
we flew to, Detroit where they
Right.
live, and my mom went to talk to her dad, and she goes, and they don't have a good relationship.
Really?
But she goes, no, he wasn't around at all, barely when she was growing up. But she goes, hey, Dad, how you doing? And he goes, well, okay. I got the rheumatoid arthritis. And we're like, your wife of 60 years just died. Who cares? But he was not doing that well because his arthritis was acting up.
Good for him.
And then he went to the funeral with a Bluetooth in his ear the whole time.
Oh my God!
Nobody's calling.
That explains your mom being the complete opposite.
She's the opposite.
Saving your hair.
Yes, she's the complete opposite.
These are references, Kevin.
She
I'm
wanted to
sorry.
create
Yeah,
the
they're
family she never had.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's understandable.
Yes.
I'm sure she's happy with you.
I mean, how could you not be? I'm
Yeah,
the last
but a
professional
grandkid.
broadcaster.
You know what you have? You have a grandkid. Like my
A couple times a week.
my brother had a baby, and my mom. So there were. I have a brother so it was three. My dad, my brother, and I growing up with my mom, and I think she was just kind of missed the female presence, and so now my brother having a wife and then having a baby girl. My mom couldn't be happier having a grandchild.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure your mom's probably.
My mom
the same.
loves having a grandchild, yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
We're invisible now.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't get spoiled anymore. It sucks.
We have 1 minute left.
1 minute.
That's it.
That's it. So
Kevin, where they can't? I guess they can't hear you anymore. Jim, what were you going to say?
I will not be. I will not be in San Antonio this week. I'm rescheduling for the fall. Kevin is going to be at McGuire's on Friday night,
Friday, Saturday.
Saturday,
And he'd be honored to have some of the Jim and Sam Show fans show up, right?
go out and see him.
Or the Matty Iceman fans show up.
I go see Kevin Brennan.
Where are you going to be, Matt?
I'm going to be at the Arizona House of Comedy Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, and all 3 nights, and Sam.
Yeah, notsam.com, YouTube, Not Sam.
And the new Chip podcast is up, and quite a big hit tomorrow. We got Voss and Bob Kelly.
Wow.
Oh, that's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, I always enjoy them.
It's going to be a brutal couple days.
Yep.
It's good.
Yep. A lot of meanness.
Voss, yeah, he's another one.
What's wrong with Voss?
No, they used him for a week at fucking Compound.
If you thought today was good, tomorrow's going to be a lot better.
Yeah. Voss is lightning fast. All right, and hopefully
With that funny fucking voice he
Love you,
has.
Kevin Brennan.
Hopefully-
Thank you guys for having me on. I
Thanks
always
for
Hey,
appreciate
yeah, me
it.
too. Thanks for having me on to you fucking faggot. Oh!
Hopefully Dave Landau soon.
Hopefully.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you tomorrow.